welcome to this year's premiere episode of Patriot Pride. I'm Kristen Schweihart.
And I'm Tony DeFea, and we'll be your host for today's show. So far, Wayne Hills High School has gotten off to a great start this year, and hopefully things will continue to go well.
Coming up on this show, we'll take a look at some of the many features of our school, from the countless sports teams such as football and gymnastics, to issues such as school construction and parking. So let's take a look. This year's Wayne Hills baseball team is getting off to an early start. They began practicing in the beginning of September and hope to be in great shape when the baseball season comes around in the spring. Their training should make sure they are a very competitive team this year. So now let's preview what hopes to be a successful baseball team.
Yeah, it's real baseball.
What's going on right now is a little bit of our fall strength and conditioning program. I run the weight room in the fall, which is open to all student athletes that really aren't out here performing in the fall. It gives us a chance to get a little bit bigger, faster, and stronger, which is, a major step for a program to take in order to be very competitive to where we want to be.
It starts about March 7th, I believe.
I think he's exactly right.
Yeah, March 7th, we can get out. I mean, if it's cold, we got to be in the gym, I mean, not cold, but snowing, I mean.
Yeah, or you wear the sweatshirts, and now you're fine.
Yeah, so you do pretty good after this. I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's a lot of running.
It is.
I mean, it's what you have to do to become a good team. That's it.
Catch, do some drills after we run, and helps get us ready for the season. Oh my God!
We have a solid starting pitching crew. We have a solid infield, solid outfield. I mean, our hitting 1 through 9 is just solid. So I mean, there's nothing else that can probably be done.
And I'd just like to say we have an awesome coaching staff here at Wayne Hill.
So this upcoming year, we have a really good team. We have a lot of returning players coming back. Going to be some challenges for positions. We have a few guys that are really going to battle, and the competition hopefully is going to push all the players to become better players.
My team wasn't too good. I'm hoping that since I'm playing on JV now, we have some more juniors that are going to stay down, some freshmen coming up. We should be pretty good, do a lot better than last year.
So like I said, we have a pretty good returning core of players. We're always counting on our seniors to lead us because they are the people that have been here the longest and have been through the program and kind of know what to expect. We're playing a very competitive league, and it's very important for us to compete.
After a great 2004 season, we have caught up with the girls' field hockey team. From interviews to game shots, we got the inside view. Now let's see if this year can compare to last year.
My 4th season playing field hockey, and I got interested when Dammy came to Schuyler and talked about it. I play left wing, and I do enjoy it a lot. It's kind of hard though when the crosses are really fast, but it's a good position. I like it. Being captain, great. I love it. I really love this team, and it's not that much work. I plan on playing field hockey in college.
It's cold out, you're bundled up now. Wait till you get older, but the media man begs to differ. I started coaching 7 years ago here at Wayne Hills. I was a freshman coach for 2 years. I started coaching while I was in college because I knew I was going to be a phys ed teacher, and I played field hockey, loved field hockey, figured it would be a great way to get into the school system, and then I've been varsity coach for 5 years now. A great year so far. Our scrimmages have been fantastic. We played 4 teams in our county, and we played well against all of them. I expect that we'll do really well this year. We had a rough start. We played the best team in our league, but that is probably be our hardest team to play.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid.
The team has had many small successes over the years. However, there is no title to show for it. Coach Badami has been with the team for a few years now and is trying her hardest to dominate in the Passaic County. The team almost always has had a winning record and therefore has had many rivals, such as Pompton Lakes, Wayne Valley, and Montclair.
Being a sophomore on varsity is great. I mean, we get a lot of playing time. Badami really looks for us. And since there's only 3 of us, we all get along really well. I play center mid, but I get put pretty much anywhere she wants to put me. So some of the goals for the team is to win counties this year because we're always so close, but we never get there. And to at least get to states. Key players are pretty much our captain, Liz, who plays left wing, and she's our leading scorer. Benelli, who plays left mid, and Kelly, who's our goalie. And Susie Anderson's also really good right mid.
Every year, the field hockey team continues to get better and better. Their effort and determination, along with Coach Badami's great coaching techniques, will lead to great success in the future.
It's the wonderful sport of cross-country running. We have a valuable person from the Wayne Hills cross-country team by the name of Matt Srigliano. So take a look for yourself and see what a real athlete is all about.
What the hell is that?
He works hard. He's trying to get himself in shape for wrestling. I know that. He's been a little sick, but now he's starting to round himself into shape.
He really is incredible. His work ethic. I mean, everyone should try to strive to be like him. Definitely.
You got ejected from a hockey.
Actually,
Just ran about like 5 miles in like 6 minutes a mile. Good to go. Keep on going.
And like when somebody's not running too fast, he'll try to push him to do better. He'll say things to us that make us just go faster.
Now these guys are running for an hour today, so they're going to run probably about 6 or 7 miles today.
Every day, comes into practice so determined. That's all he's thinking about the whole time. Just running. He wants to run 7 miles, 8 miles a day.
Yeah, I think it's just his love for the sport and his energy, his passion that he has for cross country. I don't think he could live without it.
Throughout the season, he's come to meets, ready, jogging the course while the rest of the team walks it.
He's just very vocal and energetic, and oh man, I can't say enough about him.
Well, in races, he'll run 3 miles, 15 minutes, averages like 5-minute miles. But in practices, he'll run for an hour, 2 hours, as many miles as he can get in. So for the races, he could just fly.
Yeah, fast means like the old. You're not big. Yeah, fast means like the old. You're not.
Doesn't matter.
The Wayne Hills girls gymnastics team got off to an awesome start this year. With the score of 93 points and rising, star gymnast and captain Jenny Ortiz is greatly helping lead the team to victory. Let's take a look.
I've been doing gymnastics basically my whole life. My mom owned a gym when I was younger, so I started at her gym. And then we moved around a little bit, but right now I train at North Stars, which is in Boone, New
only been doing gymnastics for 13 or 15 years. What's your favorite event and why? My favorite event is Beam, but that's probably because it's my best event, so it's the most fun to do. Do you idolize Jenny in any way? Yes, Jenny is definitely someone who I look up to, and I hope to be like her one day. Yeah, she's really inspirational, and we all look up to her, and really hope to be like her. Have you won any special awards? Last year in gymnastics, I was first team all-county, section, league, and North Jersey. So that was a big deal. And the year before, I qualified for states on the team. So hopefully this year I'll qualify in the all-around. This year, I'm hoping that we have a really good year. We got a lot of talented freshmen, and everyone on the team has been working really hard to improve. So hopefully we do really well, and we're all having fun, so that's what really matters. What are some qualities Jenny possesses as a gymnast?
Well, Jenny's very hardworking, and she's very focused, and she knows how to set goals for herself, and then she works toward trying to meet those. Jenny has, unfortunately, had injuries in the past, but she knows how to work with them, so she paces herself through her workouts so that she can work hard without re-injuring herself. So those are very important things for a gymnast to know how to do.
In our next segment, we will be taking a look at the sophomore class. We had a chance to sit down and talk to Mr. Ryerson and Mr. Hopper. Let's hear what they have to say.
And here is the sophomores class of 2007's president, Festa Mahmoude. Yay!
A lot of things to say to them. First of all, try hard in school because it is important. And without an education, you will go to waste. Secondly, when you get your license, don't drink and drive. Because drinking and driving is very bad. You can harm yourself and others. And lastly, make sure you're kind to all your fellow classmates and peers, because if you're not, they will probably be traumatized for the rest of their lives. So be good in school, and remember, cool school, #1, yeah.
When I was in high school myself, I enjoyed planning activities in my own high school. So I thought it would be a nice challenge to work with students to plan high school activities throughout their 4 years of high school at Wayne Hills. And I enjoy running the proms, running the junior formals, dances, other activities, fundraisers. And I've always enjoyed working with that clientele of students. I think the officers this year have a lot of energy. I think they'll probably get their Slurpee machine, which they want, and I think they'll have a lot of fun. I know they can win because I've done it before with sophomores, so hopefully we'll get some energy together, get some great shirts, some great posters, and get loud and cheer and win some events. I know we can do it. Go sophomores.
A little early in the year to tell. I guess we need to give them a little more opportunity to see what kind of events they plan and what kind of things they come up with. Some of the early meetings with you guys as your class officers look to be on the right track. It looks like you have some good ideas and you have a lot of enthusiasm, so it looks like it should work out pretty well. Well, I think the students it's a good class. We'll get a lot done. Hopefully you guys will have some fun. It's going to be a busy year. You guys have got a lot to get in place for subsequent years. You're going to have to find a place for your junior formal, as well as doing a fundraiser for sophomore year, and as well as planning some kind of event for sophomore year. But overall, I think we should do pretty well.
In our next story, we will be talking about the construction that is taking place at the high school. The addition started at the end of last school year and is starting to take shape. The final product seems far away, but as you'll see, everything is coming along as scheduled.
The new construction is going. We've had several projects. They replaced the roof in the north end.
There's still some work with flashings and some sealing of some seams to go. The guidance office and the small construction rooms on the second floor are about a week away from getting a certificate of occupancy so that we may be able to use them. The back parking lot is still problematic. There's a problem with the contractors and the original contract and extra work that needs to be done, and that's a stalemate right now. This is the first floor of the new construction, and this is the second floor of the new construction. So you'll see there are going to be 3 new science labs. There'll be a computer lab, an office, a small group instruction, and 13 more classrooms to that.
You know what, I think it's a really good thing. You got a school like this where the academic quality is so high, you really got to add on to it. I mean, this was built in, what, the 1960s. You add a couple 40 some odd years to that, you got right now, there's more students, these kids want to learn. You need the extra part of the building. Oh, absolutely, it's distracting. But in the end, it's going to pay off, and that's the key thing with Wayne Board of Education. They know what they're doing.
It's got to be outside somebody's window, so I just won the prize. They get distracted, but, you know, there's always a transition period that comes with anything that's good. So it's going to be good when it's done.
Today we are going to talk about the parking situation here at Wayne Hills, which is causing many problems between the teachers and the students. We had a chance to sit down and talk to Mr. Santangelo about this. Let's hear what he has to say.
We have a parking situation at Wayne Hills. There is enough room for all seniors to park. Only students that have to park off campus are any seniors who abused the privilege last year. Juniors will not be able to park at Wayne Hills High School, and this basically is for 2 reasons. Number 1, our growing enrollment. Last year we had approximately 290 seniors. This year we have maybe 340 or so seniors. The problem is our rear parking lot is still under construction. I ran into some situations there where it's not finished. So therefore we had to move approximately 54 teachers from the back parking lot to the front parking lot. So really how it affected the seniors was simply moving down further in the parking lot. The first 20 spaces in each aisle is reserved for staff parking, for teachers, student teachers, visitors, people who observe, substitutes.
If they had gotten the issue with the building in the back maybe done sooner, that maybe it would have solved a lot of the problems with the teachers parking out in the front. They're going to send it great.
I really don't like the fact that I can't drive to school this year, but
I mean, I read the entire book.
I take the bus and I got some friends, but some people don't, so that's not going to be good for them.
Construction problems that they discovered as they took the top layer of the parking lot apart. So really at this point, there is not an answer for that, unfortunately. And it's juniors may not bring their car on campus and park. There's areas owned by the guidance office that might be created into a parking lot. There's areas on the oval, even though it would take away from the appearance, that could possibly be created into a parking lot. And we were told that prior any construction of front tennis courts, additional parking will be added and perhaps another entrance to the school. So it should not really affect us, but again, at this point it's in the planning stages, so there's a lot of misconceptions out there.
Because not many people can park, and that might be a problem for people who live far away, because if other people who are close by, they nab all the spots, then all the people far away, they're going to be screwed and have to take the bus all the time.
The 2004 Wayne Hills football team is off to an outstanding start. With a record of 3-1, a solid offensive line, talented running back and players, this season looks like a promising one. Now let's take a look at our boys in action.
Our season's gone pretty well. We're 3-0. We're happy where we are. We think we've played well most of the time. We have made some mistakes. I think if we continue to improve, that the outcome is very bright for the rest of the year.
Our offensive line is starting from right tackle, which is line I play. There's me, Brian Altanji at right guard. The centers, Larry Sisko and Mohamed Rostam. Then there's left guard, which is Dave Lauren, and left tackle, which is Stephen Stone. We have a huge line this year, which is definitely helping us so far.
Oh, I think on offense we have a lot of weapons. Our quarterback, Nick Roselle, our fullback, Joe Giampapa, our 3 running backs, Toby DiTolo, Pete DeSico, and Ray Van Penen, our wideouts, Kyle Cavanaugh, and Nick Romeo. I think those are the key kids that are making major contributions right now.
Defensive line's coming pretty good. We have John Nine at right end, and I start right D tackle, and there's Learn at left D tackle, and then there's Brian Altanji at left end. So defensive lines look good this year.
Head for the first down to the goal line. He's close. He is into the end zone for another touchdown.
I think that in order for us to win, we have to work as a team. We can't depend on one person. Everybody has to contribute. If our team works together and everybody does their part, we'll be able to win, hopefully get a state championship. That's it.
Scatman's World. My scene's clean, do you know what I mean? My scene's clean, do you know what I mean? My scene's clean, do you know what I mean? It's not here to die. Life's about living, laughing, loving. Drugs, baby, baby, they ain't about nothing. It's not here to die. Drugs, they ain't about nothing.
Forever Clear. Just your average band of losers and one-hit wonders. You know, when I was a kid, it was always assumed that drugs were cool. I'd do any drug on the table. It didn't matter what it was. Man, I was wrong. Never talk about the damage it's going to do to you physically and mentally. It takes your life away from you. I threw away 14 years of my life. Sad. I used to be a stupid rock and roll cliche. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Figure it out for yourself. I don't know what else to say.
I think you have to realize who you are as a person, who you are as a child of God, and that your potential is just so much greater than any chemical substance. Drugs, they destroy people, they destroy lives, they destroy families. I'm soon to be a mother, and these are things I think about. Please stay positive and stay away from the drugs because, there's no place positive you can get with that route.
This is your brain. This is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. It's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends and your money. And your job and your self-respect and your future. Any questions?
The JV's boys soccer team are off to a great start this season. The boys' hopes are high and they look forward to a good season this year. With many key players, they are very confident they will be successful. Let's take a look at this year's JV boys soccer team.
As part of the JV boys soccer team, we hope to achieve many things. One would be flowing great as a team during the games, scoring a lot of goals, playing good offense, and part of my job is playing good defense. Position is sweeper, which is the last guy back in front of the goalie, and I basically tell everybody what to do and who to mark, and I can't let any balls pass me. I'm kind of the last guy, so everything kind of relies on me. Joe is a great guy. He's a great coach. In practice, he tells us what we do wrong, how to fix it. He helps us flow as a team, and he's probably one of the best coaches I've ever had. Start at right midfield, and as right midfield, I pass it up, and also I come back on defense. I assist the offense in scoring, and I cover on defense.
My key players this year, we're a pretty, we really like the team concept, but we do have some real good players. James Von Brockhoven, a sophomore, sophomore sweeper, has been very strong for us thus far. Mark Williams, our goalkeeper, has been pretty strong for us so far, being that we only have one goalkeeper. And thus far, our leading goal scorer has been Anthony Tirana, a junior who scored a number of goals for us so far, being complemented on the front line with Eric Greenblatt, another junior. High expectations. There's some tough teams in the league, but we think we have a chance to really play with any team. Going undefeated, not impossible, but that's a tall order. But I think we can really have a good year. I'm looking to hopefully at least win around 66, 2/3, anywhere to 3/4 of our games. We're hoping for the best. I think we have some tough tests with Ramapo, Demarest, Crosstown, Robb, Wayne Valley. We have some, but I have high expectations. The guys are working hard.
Next, we will be looking at the Wayne Hills girls gymnastics team. With only 16 girls making up the team, each member always gives their 100% in every aspect of gymnastics. Their coach, Ann Danziger, is always there to encourage the girls to do their absolute best and help them strive to succeed. This dynamic team works together wonderfully in every practice, competition, and meet, and hopefully all of their hard work will excel them to the top. Now let's take a look.
What is your basic practice routine?
We start out by stretching and warm up, and we run around the mat, and then we go on to handstands on the mat and cartwheels and just basics, and then we go on to like whichever event you're working towards, and you pretty much rotate whichever ones you want to do.
What is the vault and what do you do with it?
Okay, it consists of a runway which you run down and then you pound on the vault and you spring onto either the table or the horse and you do your skill. It could be a front handspring or more advanced or less advanced, And you do it 2 times and they take the better vault.
What do you do on the bars?
You make up a routine. It usually starts with a kip, and then you can do back hip circle or front hip circle. To get to the high bar, you do a squat on, and then you can do long hip kips, pullovers, and then in order to ditch out, you do a flyaway or an underhand.
How well does your team work together and what do you guys do to stay a tight team?
Well, we have a camp in August that I run for really 3rd grade to 8th, and then 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade girls are here. And we start with our spirit then, with the girls getting to know each other and working really hard together. And then we have our days in August together where we're all just working hard and cheering for each other, and everybody wants to see what each other is learning, and usually the girls get lots of compliments on what they're learning and how well they're progressing. And during that time, we're all getting to know each other better. I'm really lucky to have a wonderful group of young ladies this year.
Well, that's all for today's show.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you tune in next month for a whole new episode of Patriot Pride. Once again, I'm Kristen Schweihart.
And I'm Tony DeFeo. See you next time.
Hi, and welcome to the second edition of the Patriot Pride. I'm Alex Penn.
And I'm Stephanie Catania. Over the next 30 minutes, we will be taking a look at some of what Wayne Hills has to offer in the world of electives. From auto shop to foods, you will get an in-depth look at the different classes that are available to all students. So sit back and relax as we bring you our first story after this short break.
Hi, I'm Alan Bernstein with a message for you not to do drugs. Drugs are very harmful to your body, and certain drugs can cause illness or even death. Nearly 600,000 people are killed each year from using drugs. Believe it or not, tobacco and alcohol cause about 400,000 of these deaths. If you think that smoking or alcohol aren't bad for you, you better get your act together because the numbers don't lie, and you may be in more trouble than you think. So the next time your friends offer you a beer or smoke, make the right choice and say no.
JSA, Junior Statesmen of America, is off to a great start this year. This club allows high school students to voice their opinion about recent political issues. With Laura Harris as their president, this club has a bright outlook. Let's check it out.
But that hasn't happened under his administration. That's why I know all the people can spend their money better than the government can.
Are like all of you healthy Americans? Please put the comments.
JSA is important because it helps students who are not normally politically involved formulate their own opinions and basically associate themselves with either a Democratic or Republican or a third-party candidate for the elections this year. Fall State is one of the most important conventions in JSA because not only do you get to meet other chapters and meet people also from other states, you get to meet really awesome, exciting people who do important decisions in our country. Like, we've met senators and congressmen. There's 3 conventions, Fall State, Winter State, Spring State, but we also have mini-cons and regionals throughout the year. A mini-con is basically a small convention for people in your area to come to your high school and participate. We're going to be having one this year. There's a lot of different ways that members can get more involved in JSA. You can actively contribute during debates, you can run for cabinet positions, you can run for office positions like president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And there's also 3 conventions, Fall State, Spring State, and Winter State, for you to go on.
This year's annual Spirit Rally is only a few weeks away. Many people have been busy preparing for all the events. In 2003, the senior class dominated the rally, winning the Spirit competition. From balloon popping to fighting contests to the famous tug of war, we had the inside scoop. Now let's see what the 2004 Spirit Rally has in store for us this year.
Are you ready? Ready for the race? Are you ready?
A lot of events that we compete in with all the grades, and there is a pieing contest, a balloon popping relay, and like something with pants exchanging. It's really funny. There's a tug of war between all the grades, and it's just a lot of fun for all the grades to participate in.
Well, I'm the student council advisor with Zamaral, and we've had 2 meetings already to plan November 15th, I believe, something like that. A week before the Thanksgiving break, we're going to have the Spirit Week, and we're planning to also donate food and make some money from the Penny Wars like we've done the last couple of years. So we got all these plans that we've been working on for 2 months, so we're pretty much ready.
Well, as far as I know of, the freshmen are the Pink Pirates, the sophomores are Oscar the Grouch, and our slogan is "We'll kick your can." The juniors are the Purple Puglises, and the seniors are Orange Captives, like the orange jumpsuits that prisoners wear.
The Wayne Hills Band program has grown rapidly over the years. However, many people who are not in the program do not know how much work and dedication is involved. From the halftime performances to the seasonal concerts, we've got the inside look on the marching and concert band. Let's see what Mr. Paterno, the band conductor, has to say.
I've
been conducting the band here at Wayne Hills for the last 14 years. This is actually going on the 14th year. Before that, I had one other job at another high school. The band has grown significantly since that point. We started out with a band of 43 people, and now we have close to 150 involved in the program. So over 14 years, we've gotten a lot done. We've put a lot of work into it, and the program has added many ensembles from winter guard, jazz band. We now have 3 concert bands. So we're very proud of how things have grown over those 14 years. Was big into sports in high school too, before I got old and fat. And I actually did more with sports than I ever did with music, and I actually ran into my high school band director on a fire drill. And a lot of my friends were in band, and I asked them whether it was too late to start an instrument, and I was a junior in high school at this point. And he said no, that if I was interested in doing it, I could do it. And I started getting into it, and what I really liked about it was if I worked on something hard enough, it would work. If you put enough effort into it, you could really get something to come out right, and that just grew into what I do today.
Been in it every year, so this is my 9th year as a senior. Main instrument is the trumpet. I also play bass guitar as a hobby, and I can also play a lot of other brass instruments, like 5 or 6 others. Kind of fun, and it's also it's almost intimidating at first because you feel like you're in control of the entire band, but eventually you get used to it. You kind of assume like a leadership position. At the same time, you're like a liaison between the students and the staff. It's just a great experience overall. You have a lot of fun, but you still get to be an authority figure at the same time. I mean, it's taught me a lot of stuff. It's taught me responsibility. Met a lot of new friends in bands. I don't know, it's just, I've gone to all over the state just playing music. We've gone out of Connecticut, we've traveled a lot, played a lot, so, I mean, it's just an overall great experience because I get to go a lot of places, meet new people, and helps you get into college, being in the band helps you get into college. And, I don't know, just an awesome experience overall.
Recently, the Wayne Hills girls soccer team has been a powerhouse in the NBIL in the last couple of years. They were thought to be in a rebuilding year when they lost a few star players to graduation. They quickly proved the writers wrong and look to finish the season strong.
Personally, I don't think we have any best player. I think we work really well as a team, and we can adjust to any formation. And I think this year being new year with a new coach and a lot of new players, we're really working well as a team.
I think since this year was kind of a rebuilding year, I think that next year we're going to come out strong because we're only losing 2 seniors, and we're also having Katie Ash come back, which would help replace one of them, and I think we're just going to come back stronger than we are this year.
The strength of our team for Wayne Hills, we definitely have a lot of heart. Even though the skill might not always be there, we definitely have heart and we work well together, and I just think we're a really close team, and we're basically like a family.
Hopefully to win another county championship and win the league.
Another team I think I'd like to play again, definitely Valley, because I definitely think we can take them, and because we're going to be playing Old Japan and Ramapo, we'll have another chance against them. Those are 2 teams we should definitely win against or have a chance against, definitely. But Valley would definitely, I'd want to play again.
I like my coach a lot. He's nice. He's hot. He works with us. He teaches us the things that we need to know, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. We need to work on just first touches, passing the ball to feet, just simple, basic stuff that I think as a team we all need to work on.
We lost to Valley because they're dirty! And maybe they're a little better.
The strength of our team is that when it comes down to winning, we always finish. We always make sure that we have to win.
I think he knows exactly what he's talking about since he played professional and coached for many years. I think he's getting to know us, and he takes a lot of time out to work with us, and it pays off by him going to look at the other schools because that determines the formation we're going to be playing in.
Water pollution is a serious problem that harms the environment and living things. Water from rain, storm drains, and ditches flow directly into streams and bays with little or no treatment. In the developing countries, 80% of illnesses are water-related. Even when doing garden work, don't use lawn chemicals, which can run into streams. From now on, use non-hazardous products or dispose hazardous ones correctly. So please, do not try and hurt the environment by polluting the water system.
Driving under the influence is an offense that should not be taken lightly. On average, 3 out of 10 Americans are involved with drunken driving accidents. This issue is extremely important to teenagers like us because 32% of fatalities among 15 to 20-year-olds are related to driving while inebriated. Throughout the country, 1 person dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related accident. If you drive under the influence, you can face community service, increase your points, and sometimes face jail time. Why risk your life for someone else's over something so stupid?
The Wayne Hills Yearbook staff is working hard to make our 2004 yearbook fun and lively. With new categories and layouts, it should be an awesome way to remember our 2004 to 2005 school year. We got a behind-the-scenes look on what they have been doing. Let's check it out.
Coordinate all the editors-in-chiefs, and they coordinate all the section editors of the yearbook. So it's a hierarchy where I'm so-called the boss, and I take charge of the editors-in-chief, and there are 6 of them this year, and they're in charge of all the section editors, and the section editors would have a staff. So that's really the hierarchy of the yearbook. The principal has the final say on what goes in and what does not. So I edit it for any problems or anything that might be unusual or out of the ordinary or might not be school-worthy, and then I present it to the principal, and he makes the final decision. Usually that final decision is... so far we've trained the staff, and we've taught them how to design a layout for the yearbook. And the layout means that they'll decide which photos go in what place on the page, how large the photographs will be. They'll decide which photographs go in, which ones do not go in. They'll decide whether the photographs are clear, good composition quality, good contrast, good subject matter, interesting for the yearbook public. Then they'll decide what the captions will be that will go underneath the photographs. We try to make it lively and funny, a little humorous, but not poking fun directly at students. We try to make it lively, though. We have some very creative editors-in-chief who like to mix it up a bit and shake it up a little bit and renew the yearbook with a totally different type of yearbook.
Do everything that involves pictures in the yearbook. We take sports for fall, spring, and winter seasons. We do activities, we do faculty, academics, anything else.
My section is senior portraits, so we basically sometimes make layouts for the senior portrait and put the pictures in order from A to Z. So far we just have made the layouts with the pencils, we haven't really done anything else.
Turn that camera off!
This year in foods, they are cooking mainly Middle Eastern foods. The foods teachers are trying to integrate the use of modern technology by using PowerPoint to show the history of foods. Let's take a look at the foods class in action.
This is an international and regional cuisine class, and we do a lot of international and regional cooking.
In this class, we make a variety of different foods, and we do projects on their culture, so we know what we're talking about, and know a basis about their background.
In this class, we cook Middle Eastern foods.
Now we're making Middle Eastern cuisine, and in the future we'll be making regional food from different countries.
Today we had an assortment of homemade chicken soup. We're doing Middle Eastern cuisine, so we had matzo balls being made, we had soup being eaten, we had gyros.
Usually we make matzo balls, some Jewish food, so everything has to do with pita bread, so it's really dry.
We'll be making other foods and doing more projects about their civilization.
Hopefully we'll be making some better foods, maybe some, I don't know, some falafels maybe.
I'm really teaching a lot of nutrition at the same time, and one of my main objectives is to teach kids how to be independent and to eat nutritious food so that they don't become obese. Foods 3 class traditionally is more hospitality industry, more advanced technique, garnishes. My students are just about ready to present a PowerPoint presentation on the ancient civilizations in the Middle East, and they've researched a little bit about the different religions, and this is one of the cradles of civilization, so there's a lot of history. There's about 6,000 years worth of history.
Our point source for the civilization, so we know the background of what we're doing and why we're making this food. I'd recommend it to any other people who like cooking food because it gives you a real hands-on basis of how to cook.
Next up on Patriot Pride is an inside look into the Wayne Hills Robotics Collective. The students worked hard all year to be creative and build extraordinary things. At the end of the year, their hard work pays off when they are able to enter a competition and hopefully win. Now let's take a look.
Out of all the classes I've ever taught, I like robotics the best because robotics brings together all the other subjects, all the other classes like drafting. Drafting is a class where we learn how to draw, how to hold a pencil. And robotics is a class where we take those skills and we use them so that we can express ideas that will be part of a bigger solution.
We use the Legos to build robots. Then the robots we use, we're doing a competition to pick up golf balls and lift the arm and put them in the hoop. And we try to get as many as we could in 10 minutes.
The robotics competition is a spring event where students are given 2 crates of parts that many of us deem is garbage. And out of that box, we have a set of rules that says you have to design and build a vehicle. Last year's competition was a balloon popping event where the robot, which couldn't be larger than 3 foot square at rest, had to reach up 10 feet. We came down to a solution that was a weed whacker turned vertically. So when it spun this way versus this way, and it was able to pop the balloons, and it created quite a stir with the crowd. It didn't. The way it worked wasn't planned, and it took out all the balloons, and we were quite surprised.
In 3rd place, Wayne Hills.
If you're interested in taking a robotics elective or joining the robotics club, please contact Mr. Yost. He can be found in room 119.
CAD 1 is a fun, interactive course. Mr. Yost teaches his kids the tricks of the trade of drafting in the real world. His experience is second to none, and he passes his experience to the inexperienced. Let's take a look at CAD 1.
He is very talented in the CAD room, in the computer-aided design industry. He is experienced, he is passing his experience onto the inexperienced. And he's a smart man, excellent at his job, knows what he's doing, smart, brilliant, funny, personable.
I like CAD 1 especially because students come to the class thinking that they're going to just be using computers, and they find that it's a class that builds drawing skills. The skills that a student needs to have to be a proficient draftsperson is to be able to handle a pencil and be able to measure with a scale. And those are qualities that I look for in a CAD student. Favorite is, boy, I like to have an opportunity for students to take a toy that they've played with their younger lives and actually draw it. In fact, we use Legos as a good source of a place where you can take a ruler and measure diameters. The part is very intricate. Someone had to design that Lego before it could be tested. Someone had to generate a drawing, and so what we do is we do reverse engineering. We take the Lego and you measure it, draw it, and then we actually use a CAD platform where you'll actually build it into the program, and then you'll be able to make structures on the computer.
And I find students have a lot of fun with that, and it's very tough to do, and it's very rewarding.
In our next segment, we will discuss the new additions to the auto shop and why students enjoy this elective at Wayne Hills High School.
That was a lot bigger than it was going to be. I like it.
My first impression was that it would be a very interesting class.
This is my third year here. We just started the third year of teaching. The program's changed kind of dramatically. What we've been able to do is we took a program that had been kind of put on the back burner, so to speak, and with the help of the administration and the board, we've been able to make the program come back to we've been able to bring it back quite a bit, and we want to give students a very good understanding of the basics of auto. Well, the program is changing. The program has changed quite a bit. Like I mentioned before, in the 3 years that I've been here, we've been able to make a lot of progress in the program. The building administration in both schools, the board is behind us quite a bit. We've been able to put some new equipment in. This year we added another period of intro up here, so we were able to have some more students participate that wanted to. And the big thing is we're getting our ASE certification for the program. That will be huge for the program. We're in the last phase of that now. Hopefully within the next few months, we should hopefully have that ASE certification. Let's see. But we need the continued support of the building administration and the Board of Education. They've been very supportive. Money always helps. That will let us continue to buy the equipment that we need. Some of our advisory board members, which are local business people, have made contributions to the program. We just recently had a contribution from Mr. Dave Napa, the owner of Wayne Ford. He made a pretty sizable donation to the program through an organization that he belongs to, so everything like that helps. And again, the building administration and the board have been extremely supportive, so we kind of just need that to continue, and we'll do fine.
Welcome to the Wayne Hills Jazz and Rock Improv class. This class has been a part of Wayne Hills for a long time and is still running. In this class, you learn the standards of guitar, bass, drums, and saxophone. Let's see what Mr. Sastry, the teacher in charge, has to say about this.
The reason why I've taken this class for so long is it's really a great way to broaden your music knowledge. It incorporates a lot of theory, and you play 3 days a week, which is a pretty good deal, and you just have fun with it. And I've been playing guitar for a long time, like 4 or 5 years roughly, and I enjoy every second of it, and jazz rock is a great way to broaden your knowledge for anything you want to know about music, so I suggest joining.
In the class, we spend time on the contemporary music theory as opposed to the traditional music theory that's covered in the material of music classes. We look at pop tunes, we look at jazz tunes from all the eras, the big band era, the 50s era. We look at the tunes from the 60s and 70s that were more kind of jazz rock oriented. And we also go through rock and roll tunes. We have a lot of guitar players, so what we try to do is show them styles of music, different styles that would enable them to play at many different kinds of functions where a band would be needed. Also, we speak about musical composition, and I guess one of the most important aspects, besides history and discussing where all this music originated from, is the improvisation aspect of it. Being able to know your instrument well enough that you can actually make up melodies as you're playing along with fellow musicians.
Right now I'm taking Jazz and Rock Improv as an elective, and it's by far one of the coolest choices I could have made. But the thing is, I didn't take it my freshman year because I didn't think I would be good enough. That's where I was wrong. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, there's so much to get out of this class. There are all different types of instruments too. Guitars, percussion, and horns, so it doesn't matter what you play or how good you are. I really suggest you take this class your freshman year. Rock on.
Here we are looking at what is going on in Mrs. Ridge's Child Development class. Child development is where high school students are given the opportunity to handle kids and get them ready for preschool and first grade. Now let's take a look and watch some of the activities the kids do and get a chance to talk to Mrs. Ridd.
If you're listening, whoa.
The objective of our preschool class for the preschoolers is to teach them social skills. We want them to be kindergarten ready, and so we start them out with a program where they're basically one-on-one with the high school kids, and then it reverts into them interacting with each other. The purpose for the high school kids is to teach them different strategies of working with children and to give them a better understanding of what it would be like to either be teachers or parents, so that when they become either one of those or both, they have lots of information in place.
I don't want you to give it all up and leave your own life collecting dust. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me. You never gave us a chance to be. And I don't need you to be by my side. Tell me that everything's alright.
So far, class has been going really well. You know, for the most part, the kids are really well behaved. You know, it's a really good time for everybody. Jimmy, stop it!
I wanted to take this class because I want to learn about the development of the child, and you know, I have little kids at home because I have little brothers. You know, I work with kids, so I want to learn how they develop. It's going good. I mean, as long as they're not crying, it's pretty all right. Getting an A. Good.
Thanks for joining us for this month's episode of Patriot Pride. Join us next month for our interview spotlight show. Once again, I'm Alex Penn.
And I'm Stephanie Catania. See you next month.